Hey, you. I had to take a breath. I was like, yeah, I gotta have a nice, good breath for this one. How are you? I am experimenting with some wire and beads. So I decided just to make a little quick video showing what I have on my mat today because I took the day off from my full-time job because I do have a full-time job. Excuse me. So that does interfere with me. Um, you know, everybody almost has like a full-time life, right? So like you can't always get to the fun things and videos and editing and making jewelry. Those are the fun yummy things in my life. Of course, people, family, pets. Of course, those are yummy too. But for like, I'm just saying, like, I don't want you to think of like I take beads over everybody, like beads over people or beads over. No, it's not like that. It's just I'm taking a little time for myself and a little bit of time for you in case you want to experiment too. Like I'm trying to keep this simple because working with wire is so frustrating. I'll just be honest. I'm gonna put that up front. Working with wire can make you a little nuts. And so it's good to practice with it. I know it costs money, but I say invest in the more inexpensive metals like copper and aluminum, and just work it out from there. Do some price checking across people who are selling because I mean this. I still have more of these 8-ounce spools that I got from Etsy a long time ago, and it was a really good price. It was back before copper went up. But it's lasted me a long time. So I think I got lucky, but I had also been searching quite a bit. So that's just my advice to you. Like if you're looking for some stuff, do lots of researching. It's really amazing what you can find, and everybody right now is like trying to get everybody's business. With the pandemic and everything, they're trying to get your business. So we're kind of lucky that way. We're kind of the buyer is in control. Okay, so I'm calling this little lady. Yep, this earring is a lady. I don't know. Hold on. Okay. I need to find my copper ear wires. I can make some, but I really don't want to because copper actually irritates my skin. But I love it so much. So, Anyway, so I have these plated antique brass things, but so it's basically a wire with a coil and some beads and some hammering. It's really simple. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Believe me, if I can do it, you can do it because I am not no expert. All right. So you also want like a little bench block or a little metal block. You can get these. They weigh they're pretty heavy. So if you do have a bead store or like a Michael's or a Hobby Lobby or Joann's, you might want to check with them too because sometimes they have metalworking stuff and it's really surprising. You'll also want a hammer. Just a nice smooth hammer. We're not going to do anything fancy with texture or anything today. I tried that and it didn't work out too well, and I was like, yeah, we'll worry about that in the future. Let's just start out small. So like a hammer, I got this at Lowe's. I think I've showed this on this thing before. It's a nice hammer. It's kind of light on the end, but that's okay. It has like a really good balance. I also have a hammer that I bought for texturing. What you do is you screw these things off. It's really strange. And then you have like these little... Oh no, I'm making a mess on my desk because I have too many tools jewels and beads up here. I'm a nut. But like you have a nylon or a brass or another texture. But this one, like with the little crosshatch, and see if I can do this while looking at the camera. Can do this? Can I do this to the camera? Okay, I did it. Anyway, so this will be for some future fun, guys. What do you think about that? Let's bang on some stuff in the future. Come on. I like it. And there's, oh wait, hold on. And there's more textures. Like there's the round. This is even more crazy. Another's round. It's, I don't know what these, I don't know. Okay. Bench block. You need like some kind of, either like a baling plier or a round nose plier. You need some chain nose pliers. You need some flush cutters or some metal wire snips. I'm using 16 gauge bare copper to make this little lady. We're also going to patina her and give her a little bit more character than this shiny copper. We're going to give her a little more depth with some liver of sulfur. So stay tuned for that in the video. But for now, let's see. I'm not really doing much measuring right now because, let's see, there's that bottom, then goes up to the top. I'm just trying to measure it in my mind. And then the ring, and then some loops. How many loops are those? 2 loops. So I got, sorry, too close. Man, I cannot get used to this camera. So you get 2 loops up here. Okay. So I think, let's cut this. Because we can cut it down to what we need. So I cut a piece that is about just a little over 6 1/4 inches. So it doesn't have to be precise because we're not being super precise here. We're having some fun. We're experimenting. So it's okay if we have some loosey-goosey stuff or some little bends or curves. I'm trying to straighten this out a little bit with the nylon pliers. I need to get more tools for curving wire and all sorts of stuff. I seen like a video where somebody was using double-sided flush cutters from Xuron Tools, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I have got to have those. Okay, so let's take our hammer. Let's take our core wire and let's start hammering it. Let's look at this. Look at this little paddle. We're gonna turn this into a paddle by hammering it flat. You ready? Okay, so when you hammer, you want to hammer down and kind of like hammer and swipe away. Can you see that? Okay. Turn it around a little bit. All right, let's see. Let's compare this. Does this look about right? It needs to be just slightly bigger. So we'll do another hammer. I've got so many, okay. I got so many things in the way. You guys know how like you bead yourself into a corner and you're like, I don't have any room to bead anymore because all my supplies are taking up the space. It's just so nuts. Okay, let's see. It could be a little bit bigger. It could be a little bit. There we go. I think that's it. There we go. Yeah, that's so much better. And also, these are, oops. These are tiny files that I got at my local bead store so long ago. This sticker is so old. But it's little files for metal. And it's good for if you have like a really rough spot here, which I do. So let me take out this flat file and if you had a bigger file, you'd have more surface and it'd be easier. So I need to get bigger files if I'm going to start working with metal, which is my goal. Excuse me. Keep coughing. Sorry. Okay, I'm just going to leave this out. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. All right, so the next thing that I want to do for our dancing goddess earring is I want to make these little side arms, these little side paddles. So it's wrapped around 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Okay. So we're gonna grab a length of wire. I'll measure it here in a second. It's gonna get cut down, so it doesn't have to be a precise length really, because this is experimentation. And I've got the stress sweats. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh, it's so hot. All right, here's my so I cut a length just almost 6 inches long. Do you see that? I mean, I could have cut some 6 inches long. I should have done that. All right. So let's hammer one side a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to take our baling pliers. I'm using the 3mm size baling plier mandrel type thing here. And I want to start wrapping the wire around this coil. So you want to bring it out. Man, I'm toasty. That's crazy how toasty I got so quickly. I've been going through surgical menopause for like years. It's like I keep thinking, will this ever end? And then I hear like these other women that are like, actually hot flashes never end. And it's like, no, don't tell me that. It's like the saddest thing to hear. It's like hot flashes, like no end in sight. And yeah, I think I've mentioned this in other videos because I get stressed. Like if I have like just the tiniest bit of anxiety or stress, it's just like from my core, it just like blooms out in my body, all this heat. It's really weird. It's so strange. Okay. So this little guy might be a little long. Do you see that? But we can cut him down if we need to. Let's bend him a little bit. Okay, bend him a little bit. And then we're going to take chain nose pliers. Oh shoot, is that hard to see? Chain nose pliers, and I turned it. You see how I turned it kind of almost at a 90-degree angle where that paddle is sticking out? It's a little rough, so we'll have to do a little filing on it. Let's do that. These are really cheap files, but they're pretty nice. They're good for little things, but yeah, I need to invest in some bigger files. You can also get some sandpaper and do this. If you get some heavy duty sandpaper. Oh, it's nice and smooth. Cool. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness. Okay, we don't want to do too many. Okay. All right, at this point, I'm going to turn, let's look at this. How do we get this guy? Oops, got a huge mess on my table. Ah, it's, oh man, it's so much easier when you don't have the camera in your way. Because like, man, the camera adds this crazy element. That's a nice way to put it. I'm trying to pop this back open. Get this wrapped on it. Okay, there we go. Squeeze that down. Okay, can you see that? We got like that paddle here coming out here, going perpendicular to the hole here, and another side coming out. And so now what we need to do, let's look at that and say, it's a little longer than the other one, but you know, the earrings, and so the distance they have between each other, like on your head, you know, it sounds weird, like on your head. You won't be able to notice that much of a difference. Okay. All right, so we need to straighten this guy out a little bit. Bring him up. And then I think we also should cut him a little shorter. Maybe about right there. And I'm going to turn this down so it doesn't fly into my eye because I need my glasses. I should have safety glasses on if I'm not wearing my eyeglasses when working with wire. Okay, so we're going to lean this to the side here. Whew, that's loud. Okay, so now we want to bring this back. Okay, let's compare. Oops. This is my collection of beads for the earring. All right, do you see that? Do you see the paddles coming out? Maybe I should take it off the block. Can you see that? There we go. We got dancing arms. We're working it. We're doing it, people. And we've got the paddle. Oh my goodness. We're doing it. It's happening. All right, so what you can do is you can use like a leaf or maybe like a fat drop or anything like a teardrop shape or like a skirt shape. This makes me think of grass skirts when I use it this way. Like beautiful indigenous grass skirts or clothing. Just beautiful things made right from your surroundings. And so I think of like this leaf being a part of that. So hopefully this fits. It does. Okay. This is 16 gauge. So you will have a hard time if you're trying to use let's say like check beads. Check beads, oh my goodness, check beads. Check beads are a little nuts when it comes to the size of the hole of the bead. Okay, so this one is also a little long, but not by much. What do we want to do? I think we can give it a little bit of a snip. Just kind of like a shave. Because it's so thin. Let's see. We did a little bit of clipping. Is that enough? Yeah, that's about enough. Let's do some sanding with the file. Can you hear that? That's probably not a pleasant sound. I apologize. Okay. Oh, a little bit of a scuff there. This is going to look so much better with liver of sulfur treated on it. So you want to use beads that aren't going to have a horrible reaction to the liver of sulfur. Alright, so we got our leaf bead on, and now we've got our paddle arms out. Let's put on our wonderful turquoise blue magnesite. And now we have some copper, antique copper. Excuse me. Man, I apologize for the clearing of my throat. I've been doing it ever since I started videos. So thank you for hanging in there with me. Okay, and this is from that Happy Mango orders, like that big order I made recently for Happy Mangoes. And they gave me that giant bag of goodies for free. I mean, tons of beads. Like, let me see if I can move my camera. Like, do you see all those beads? Look at all those beads. It's crazy. Anyways, how do I get back to normal? I had my camera perfect and I messed it up. Anyways, it's tons of beads. So I think these are like maybe like a Java or African bead. And then another copper bead cap. And then a beautiful red seed beads about the size of a 6-0. So look at that. We got two going. What do you think of that? Okay. Maybe I should hold it up here. All right. And so I want this to hang right. So here's the paddle flat on one side. And so the loop goes this way and not that way. Do you know what I mean? So if you look at this loop, it's kind of going, it almost feels like, it's not necessarily, but it feels like it's almost going perpendicular to the flatness of the paddle and the wire down here. So we're going to hold this down to where we know we're not turning it the wrong way. So we're going to give it a little space. And turn it 90 degrees. And then we're going to come in with our 3mm bell pliers. Wrap it around that. We need to do about 2 wraps. That's not as good. I'm not happy with that. Oh my goodness. Let me see if I can fix that. Sometimes you can work with wire like this and you can give it like a second chance. I know that sounds kind of funny. There we go. So we got our 2 loops. Okay. So we got our 2 loops there. And we're going to clip off this tail. Whew. This wire is really bent up and messy. I'm not going to save it. If it was straight like this, I might save it because you could use it for other links and such. But this is pretty torqued and messed up, so I'm not going to save it. It's good to save wire because it's getting... I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's getting kind of weird with how the supply chain is working, so I'm a little concerned about some things here and there. So I'm trying to save as much as I can. Okay, so I'm using this. I'm like biting down flat on this to flatten it out. Okay. Look at our ladies. Look at our dancing ladies. So this paddle is a little long. Let's trim that down. There. Look at that. Okay. And so we'll work this out to be a little bit fatter. There we go. Okay, so okay. All right. We got our 2 dancing ladies. Do you see that? That's crazy. We didn't have dancing ladies a few minutes ago. Let's see. Let's just torque a little bit. So let's... Oh, man. Okay. All right. I am going to get some liver of sulfur, and I will be right back. Hang tight. Okay, I am back. I'm back to the messy mat that has the liver of sulfur on it. I haven't been able to wash it because we don't have a washing machine, so it's kind of like when we do wash clothes, or whatever, we have to prioritize. I'll just say that. It's been interesting. I feel like kind of a teenager again going to parents' house to do laundry. It's so embarrassing. Okay, so we're gonna hook, 16 gauge. So this is a little thicker than a lot of wire that you usually deal with. And I'm using round. I need my chain nose pliers. So I'm gonna open this up, pop that in, close it up, make sure it's flush. Let's check on this one, make sure this one's also flush. This one's a little crooked, I don't like that. All right. Okay, so let's give this stuff some patina. What did I do with my supplies? All right, here we go. Woo! Hit the camera. Should I wonder if I can pull back a little bit? Oh, this is as far as I can pull back with my tripod. Okay, so we're here again with liver of sulfur made o metal. This is still something you can buy. Sorry. Sorry about that. All this stuff flashing in front of your face. So all these beads are pretty stable beads. They don't have like metallic finishes other than these bead caps. So if these bead caps get a little tarnished, that's okay. We're okay with that. We're good with that. We don't want anything to happen to our beads. So these are pretty solid glass and stone beads. What do we need? What do we need? We need, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Yeah, get out of there. Get out of there. Okay. We're just going to grab a little bit of wire. Okay. Wait, where is it? I just saw it. Okay. There we go. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. We're just going to grab a little bit of wire to dunk for dunking the beads. So we'll just get a little bit of, like, I think this is like 22 or 24. I think this is 22 gauge wire. I should have got some fishing line. I have it somewhere, but I don't know where it's at. Can we fill this? That's okay. That's fine. It's earrings. If it's on the neck like that, oh yeah, that's too pointy. Do you see that? Do you see that pointy? Let me see if I can. Do you see that pointy point? Right there, it has a pointy point. Pointy point. So do a little bit of. This is so we keep our jewelry comfortable and not itchy, scratchy, irritating the skin. We don't want that. Okay, so let's pull out of this. There we go. So I have a measuring cup. It's a glass cup. Got 1 cup of very warm water in it, and then okay, you see that it's stinky. You want to use in a well ventilated area. Just a tiny bit into the water. That's probably more than I needed. Put the lid on tightly. It's all crusty and gross. Now let's dunk our pieces. Woo! Party. Okay, I know that's loud, but look at that. Do you see that instantaneous beauty? Isn't that gorgeous? It's like copper is gorgeous as it is, but when you do the patina, it just takes it to a whole other level. All right, let me go rinse these off and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. That wasn't too bad, I don't think. Oh wow, I just love it. I love copper and patina and liver sulfur. It's so beautiful. Let's get it off this wire. And I'm going to keep this wire because this is a good dunking wire. So don't throw it away. There we go. I want to show you something insane. Don't throw away your scrap wire. Never throw away your scrap wire. Because then you could be like me and you can have a ton of scrap wire and you can brag about it. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. I used to really be into wire wrapping. I got out of it and so I'm getting back into it, and it's like I'm trying to find the spark. Find the spark again. Okay, let's see. This is kind of bent a little, so let's work with it. Let's get it a little. Let's see. Yeah, that's really cool. We'll bring back the bead mat. Okay. All right, so we have some options here. We can get like actually, no, I don't want my bead mat here yet. I apologize, guys. I'm sorry. It's been a while since I've really done this. Like, really got into it. And I'm really sad about that. I should be into it more. Yeah, that looks beautiful. Like those sanding blocks work really nice. I just happen to have this around the house, so that's what I'm using. I want to give it like a little bit of character. Do we want to do patina paint on this, guys? What do you think about patina paint? I got that email from Vintage about their patina paints, and I'm really bummed because I love their patina paints. They're great. You can buy other paints that work on ceramic wood and all that stuff, you know, like you can get that in Michael's, but the quality was never as good as Vintage Ranger collaboration. Okay. Oof. That's the problem with steel wool. It's pretty messy. So let's look what these guys look like. Alright, can you see that? The difference between them, with this one having the buffing with the steel wool, and this still has that really dark patina. So let's work on this one. I like that. I like the way it looks with that copper being revealed again in some areas. It's really beautiful. I wish copper didn't react to my skin and make me itch and get a rash. It's kind of unfortunate. But I love copper so much, and it's so inexpensive. Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. What do you guys think? What kind of options do we have here? What else can we do with this style of earring? I'd love to hear your ideas. You guys have such great ideas. It amazes me. Like, or you know, like stuff. I'm like, what is that? And somebody always comments, and I'm like, holy moly, that's amazing. I've got all these bead books, and I didn't even find that information. But I asked the internet, and I get an instant answer. It's so cool. Okay, let's. I'm using my own breath to blow out any scraps of steel wool. I'm not putting that on camera because it's funny looking. Alright, do we have any? So stuff spins around on these. Let's get this out of the way. This is gunk we don't need anymore. Alright, now let's bring back our bead mat. Guys, I think we did something good here. What do you think? Let's get it off the paper towel. We shouldn't show it off on a paper towel. I need to make some earring hooks. I don't know who these earrings are for, because I guess I could wear them, but I haven't been wearing as many. Let's assess. Do you see this guy here? He doesn't have as broad as a paddle as this. I think we're gonna see if, let's be careful and see. Oh wait, there's a little bit of a bend too. Let's see, put that next to each other again. It's good to compare them next to each other so we can get stuff worked out. All right. Stuff is not exact because it's very organic, and it's fun to say things are organic or earthy, whatever, tribal. I kind of like saying that because it makes it easier. So it's like if it's not precise, it's just organic and earthy. That's all it is. Let's get this little tip. There's like a little tag of like a hangnail almost. This is a lot to go into these simple earrings, guys. I'm really sorry. Let's see if we can do this. Ooh, it kind of bent it a funny way. I'm not going to go anymore with that. Do you see how it kind of curved it down? It's harder to do when you got the beads because you don't want to crack your beads. All right. This is my dancing goddess earring. These ear hooks are kind of funky. I like them because like your earrings don't fall out, but anyways, there we go. Our dancing goddess earrings. What do you think? Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know below. I'm going to put whatever I feel like in the description. Yeah, I might surprise you. You never know what I'm going to do in there. In that description down below. I could get crazy. Let me know what you think. Do you have a YouTube channel? I'd love to see your channel. I started a Facebook group. It's called Deani Adorn Beads. It's on Facebook. I'll leave a link below. There's sneak peeks, chat, just, you know, it's building. I'm gonna possibly, if my life works out right, make some kits. I want to keep them affordable and fun because I know beads can be pricey, and beads are going up in price this next month for some reason. I don't know what's happening, but anyways, like, subscribe, comment, join my Facebook group, Deani Adorn Beads. My name is Rebecca. I love you. Thanks for hanging in there with me today. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.